What's up, movie nerds and basketball geeks? Welcome back to MovieBall, the only YouTube channel that talks about both movies and basketball. It's probably not. I'm sure there's others. I didn't do the research. They're probably better too. But you're here, so you might as well watch the rest of the video. On today's episode, I'm going to dive into who I think will be possible first-time All-Stars for the upcoming NBA season. That could range anywhere from players that obviously have a great chance at making it to anyone that I just think has a possibility, even if it's not likely. So some players might have a higher probability than others, but I'm just going to run through who I think has that chance and just a little quick sum up of what their stats might be looking like towards the end of the season. So let's just jump right into it, Corbin Blue style. Side note, these players are not in any specific order. I just kind of went through the teams in order, Eastern Conference, Western Conference, so it isn't in order. I believe that coveted 7-year-old legend Jason Tatum has the ability to up his game significantly this year. Some people think he's already very good, and I'm not one of them, but I do believe the potential is there. Kyrie's cancerous attitude is out of the locker room, and with that leaves a 23-point-per-game scorer. Of course, Kemba Walker is going to step right in, and he's going to walk right in. Walker. That was totally unscripted. I wish I didn't say that joke. It's very bad. Bad! So if Boston is likely very good, then Kemba will be an all-star, but the potential for Tatum to do it this year is there. And I think we're not only all expecting him to take that next leap, it's almost kind of needed because if he continues to put up just 15 points per game, I think that kind of Boston superstar savior mentality that we all have, not we all have because I don't, and a lot of people don't, but a lot of people do, that mentality with Tatum, I think it's going to diminish a little bit, and not saying he's a bad player by any stretch of the imagination, but I think he really needs to show us this year why he's been such a legend since he was 7 years old. I'm not saying he will be an all-star, but it is possible, and I don't think we can ignore that. Look for Tatum to put up about 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Now, I know I'm a Knicks fan, but I do think it's possible that we'll have an all-star. Wayne Ellington is going to have the best season of his career, and honestly, I think he's going to thrive underneath the New York spotlight. I'm kidding. But we do have Zion, and I know he's a rookie, but honestly... Okay, but seriously, Julius Randle is one of the most underrated players in the league. This still sounds like a Knicks fan talking, but it's true. Last season, he averaged 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists in the West. You put him in a weaker conference on the Knicks, he has a chance at being an all-star. Yes, the Knicks will probably have to win at least 30 games this year to warrant that, which will be tough for them, but Randle is an underappreciated young talent. Look for him to average about 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Not a huge jump, but it's still steadily improving. I'm a Knicks fan, what kind of stupid stuff will I say next? The Philadelphia 76ers already have 2 dominant young players on their roster, including a 5-time All-Star now in Al Horford, so it's hard to imagine them gaining yet another All-Star, but Tobias Harris has been in potential All-Star talk since he was on the Pistons, which wasn't that long ago, but he's been traded like a fucking sock. I don't think Tobias' numbers will really get a boost this season, but it's possible he'll be named to the All-Star team if the Sixers manage to have an incredibly good year, which they're more than capable of. So as long as Tobias continues to be a consistent all-around third option for the team, things are looking up. Harris will probably put up something like 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 to 3 assists this year. Pascal Siakam is an NBA champion who is the second best player for his team in the NBA Finals. It'd be silly to think he's not going to be an all-star, and maybe he won't this year, but I'm willing to bet he still will be. He just won Most Improved and averaged 19 and 7 in the playoffs. Kawhi is gone, which means he's going to slide right into that first option role seamlessly. I'm going to pin Siakam at around 22 to 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Now, when it comes to the Chicago Bulls, you could have 1, 2, maybe 3 potential first-time All-Stars? No. Wendell Carter Jr. has the potential to be a very good player in the future, but it's not his time. However, Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen could both significantly up their game this season. For some people, Zach LaVine might have already hit his peak as he's shown us what he can do, but I still think that there's something left in the tank for him. Let's not forget last season was his first full season coming back from an ACL tear, so I think that he was still kind of working his way back and getting into the swing of things, but I think that there's still something left, and I think that he really has a chance to put up even bigger numbers and be an all-star this season. He's currently the first option of the team who could do it all, except play defense really, but I think he's going to average somewhere around 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's like mini James Harden numbers. That takes us to Lauri Markkanen, who has been good out of the gate as a rookie and has the potential to be a fantastic number 2 option to Zach LaVine. He even has the potential to overtake Zach as the number 1 option. He averaged 18 and 9 last season, which is like really good. And of course, with the Bulls and some of these shittier teams, like the more kind of below average teams, they might have potential for multiple first-time All-Stars, but since they're shitty, the likelihood of them getting more than one is low. So unless they surprise the hell out of us, I do think that the Bulls will only have one All-Star, and if I had to pick, I'm willing to bet that Zach LaVine's going to have the better season. However, Lauri Markkanen's going to have a good year. I'd say I'm going to pin him at about 21 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Now, exactly like the Bulls, the Hawks are in the same position. Who becomes an All-Star first? Their dynamic guard or their young power forward? I don't know. But with Trae Young, the potential is obvious. The talent is there. I think his numbers are going to get pretty big. I see him finishing the year at about 23 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. Just like Julius Randle, John Collins had a fantastic season last year that nobody's talking about. He averaged 19 and 10 as a sophomore. I just think Trae Young and John Collins are both going to be really good and a really fun duo. And I don't know who's going to be an All-Star first, but I'm willing to bet one of them will be this year. I think John Collins is going to average 23 points and 10 rebounds. The Charlotte Hornets... Aaron Gordon is someone who has kind of had a roller coaster ride in the NBA. He was a pretty below average rookie who then went on to his second season and should have won what came to be one of the best slam dunk contests of all time. And he had an injury riddled kind of couple of years, but he did wind up averaging about 17 points and 8 rebounds 2 seasons ago, which is pretty respectable. But then last year he failed to maintain kind of upping his game, and he went down to about 16 and 7, which is not far off, but it's not improving. And I don't know if he's going to be an All-Star this year. Like I said, this is just kind of like who has the potential to be an All-Star. It's not me saying these guys will be first-time All-Stars. It's just about potential, and Vucevic clearly deserved that All-Star last year as he stepped in and was monstrous for the Magic. And I don't even know if Aaron Gordon's going to finish this year on this team, but he has the potential to put up numbers and be a star. I just don't know if it is going to happen this year, especially with all the forwards that the Magic have. However, he still can average about 19 points, 7 to 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Now we're going to shift over to the Western Conference, which the odds are much slimmer to make it, but anything's possible. I don't know what that was. Let's just move on. Luka Doncic will be an All-Star this year. He almost was last year in his rookie season. It's scary to think what we haven't seen from him yet. I think he's going to average about 24 or 25 points per game, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. I know that sounds insane, but his game needs a straitjacket. Because it's insane. We have no idea what we're in for with Zion Williamson. We've basically been promised he's going to average at least 20 points per game, and if he doesn't, we're all going to look at that like it's a disappointing season. He's young, he's a rookie, and there's a 98% chance he doesn't make the All-Star team this year. But he could. What if he exceeds our expectations? Even with a great, young, hungry team around him, I still think that he slots right into that first option. Look for him to average about 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Another team with 2 possible All-Stars in the Utah Jazz sees Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert facing off against each other for that Western Conference spot. Basically, with the Jazz, what it's going to come down to if anyone makes the All-Star team is, are they going to have enough wins? Are they going to be good enough to show voters and the media and everyone that they deserve an All-Star? And I think that they will be, but the Western Conference is so good that it's going to be hard. If they're not good enough with that insane territory amount of great team wins and record and all that, then one of these or both of these players will have to have extremely incredible seasons. I think Donovan Mitchell is going to average around 24 points, 5 assists and 4 rebounds, something like that. Rudy Gobert is going to be at about 14 points and 13 rebounds with almost 3 blocks per game. I just think that it's really going to be tough in this Western Conference, and for the Utah Jazz to get that All-Star in one of them, they're going to have to prove it with their record. Lou Williams is a pretty big stretch, and I'd more so than not bet against him making the All-Star team, but the Clippers are going to be very good. Filthy good. And it's not that rare to see great teams finish with 3 all-star players. So, yes, his numbers are going to go down, but the team's wins are going to go up. And he'll still have his big moments. So, look for Lou Williams to finish with about 17 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. De'Aaron Fox was almost an all-star last season, and he's a Sacramento King, so we all knew it was too good to be true. And another season has come along now, and the possibility is there, but I just don't see him making it this year. Like I said, the possibility is there, but there's so many good guards in the Western Conference that I don't see him upping his game nearly enough to really warrant that spot. And I could be totally wrong. He might go out there and average like 26 points and 10 assists. But I personally see him averaging about 19 and 9, which is great numbers and probably more than likely good enough to make him an all-star in the East. But I wouldn't really guarantee a spot with him this year. But the chances, they're there. The last player that I believe has a chance to be an all-star this season is none other than Devin Booker, a man that dropped 70 points as an all-star. It's only a matter of time before this dude takes over the league, and it really comes down to how good will the Suns be. The team around him, will there be enough wins to warrant his all-star success? But with that being said, the Suns can go out there and win 20 games again, and if Devin Booker puts up to what I suspect will be around 28 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, then it's not going to matter because those are numbers that you just simply can't ignore, and he's just getting better and better, and he's going to become a superstar. Now, if there's a few players that you thought I left out of the Western Conference that you thought could possibly have a chance, I'm going to run through them real quick, but these are players that I think they may have all-star potential, but they're just not going to make it this season in my eyes. And if there's other players that I just left out, then they're just not on my radar. So, Clint Capella of the Houston Rockets, if there was a time for him to be an all-star, it was probably last year when he was just putting up really great rebounding numbers and scoring the ball well, but I don't think the Rockets are going to have 3 all-stars this year because obviously James Harden's going to make it. Westbrook is still going to make it. It's not going to happen. Jamal Murray is another name that, yes, the Nuggets are going to get better and Jokic is going to lead the way all the way through. He's definitely going to be an all-star. But there's, like I said, the Western Conference has so many good guards, so many players in general that it's going to be really hard for him to crack the team. If he averages something like 24, 25 points, he'll make it for sure, no doubt. But I just don't think he doesn't have it in him this season to up his game enough. Once again, another season has come along where people are going to talk about CJ McCollum being an all-star, but it's been about 4 seasons now that we've been thinking he might make the team, and he could prove me wrong for sure. He was great in the playoffs last year, but he hasn't hit that Damian Lillard superstar level. He's going to give you about 20 points, and he's usually fairly consistent, but he's not going to do enough. The guard position, like I said, is so stacked that he's really going to have to show everyone, or there's going to have to be like a crazy amount of injuries, which no one wants. So, Mike Conley, the Jazz might not have an all-star as it is. So just Kyle Kuzma, the Lakers are going to have like 65 wins, and he'll have to put up at least 18 points. He's going to be good. I think he's going to improve his game again. He's not going to be an all-star this year. It's not going to happen. Okay, if I'm wrong, I'll give everyone that comments on this video $1. So, basically you're not going to get $1. He's not going to be an all-star. And lastly, we have DeAndre Ayton, who I think is going to put up pretty big numbers this year, but it's the Suns, and it's going to be tough enough as it is for Devin Booker to make the team, even if he's scoring 27 per game. So, DeAndre Ayton, I think he's going to put up something like 22, maybe just 20. He put up 16 last year. That's good as a rookie. 16 and 10. I think he's going to put up something like 20 to 22 points, about 11, 12 rebounds. That's like Karl Anthony Towns numbers in his second season. So, Cat made the team. He showed the world that he's a great player. He had a playoff team the year he made the team initially, and now he's got that all-star to his name. So, it's easy for him to make the team. DeAndre Ayton isn't there yet. The Suns have to show the world that they're at least like a 35-win team for anyone to take notice, really. It's not going to happen this year, but it will happen. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know who you think might be an all-star this year. Let me know if I missed anyone. I think I pretty much covered the general consensus of who most people think have a chance to be an all-star this year. But, let me know. Just let me know. And that's the video. I won't have another one until next week sometime probably, because this weekend is my birthday weekend, and I got plans. I'm busy. So, blow out the candles and make a wish on that like button. Fucking wish for more like buttons and smash them all. I'm going to be 23, so I need 23 smashed like buttons and one for good luck. Happy birthday to